Hey, now, waiting on the chat room to fill up. Only got what, about 3 people, 4 people watching now. I'm not gonna stay on here too long tonight, guys. Last night, I was on here for about 2.5 hours. Jordan Robinson, what's going on? What's going on, guy? I see. Um, I just want to briefly DG Lawn Care. What's going on, man? I've seen you come in on my channel maybe once or twice. But what I want to do is I want to talk about. Appreciate that, John Williams. I want to talk about experience being the best teacher. Uh, what I've noticed being on YouTube, and I get a lot of questions, and sometimes people, and I know people are trying to find their way, and they you want to get started in a business, so you ask questions that you're wondering about, and the question that I get asked a lot is, how do I get started? I get those questions asked all the time. Like, how do you think I should start? What should I do? What should I buy? And my answer to that is always, just go ahead and get started. But I tell a lot of people to just get started, and they look at me like, "What? Just go and get started?" I'll be like, "Yeah, go and get whatever you can get, whatever you can scrounge up. If it's a water hose, if it's a push lawnmower, if it's an electric pressure washer, if a used one, whatever. Just go ahead and get started. Because when you go ahead and get started, you're gonna start learning. You're gonna realize, okay, I may need this type of pressure washer, or I may need this many gallon water tank, or you'll start to see how how difficult it can be, because sometimes you can think that this is what you want to do, and later on to find out that you do not want to do this. I've seen a lot of people. I know guys that have went and spent thousands of dollars. You I know a guy. He went and he spent thousands of dollars, and he ended up not liking it. Every car that he got was a filthy car. It would take him hours to clean it up. So I mean, he sold all this stuff, way less than what he bought for it. So like I tell people, just go ahead and get started. Experience is, you're gonna learn things on the way. People are gonna give you ideas. People are gonna tell you things, but experience is the best teacher. Um, I bought a lot of stuff when I first started, and like half the stuff I didn't even need. You'll find out real quick when you have to, your space start getting real tight when you buying a whole bunch of supplies and a whole bunch of chemicals and a whole bunch of equipment that you don't need. You won't find any, especially if you mobile. When you're mobile, you want to carry is you know you want to be as compact as you can. You don't want a lot of big bulky equipment. You know, so that's why I always tell people, just get started, man. All that other stuff, you're gonna figure it out later, man. And it's just like I was talking to Sporties today, and we was talking about like how it was when we first got started. We was talking about like how we was getting filthy vehicles, and we were just like, wow, how am I going to clean this vehicle? And sitting there and cleaning that vehicle all day, and it's taking us all day to get the vehicle up to standard. And then we started thinking like, how can I do this quicker? It'll be okay if I can if I can figure a way to clean this filthy car quicker or make it easier. So that's when you had things start to come in like the drill brush and the air compressor with the air gun and steamers and stuff like that. It made the job a little easier. It made the job go a little faster. And that experience is going to make you faster. A lot of people ask me, how long does it take you to wash your car? Sometimes it takes me 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. It depends. Sometimes you run across a problem that you never had before and it'll take you longer. But that experience will teach you what to do for the next time. So that's why experience is the best teacher. You don't want to, you don't want to get caught up in watching a lot of YouTube videos. And I know that's kind of funny coming from me because I make YouTube videos, but you don't want to base everything off YouTube videos. A lot of people, sometimes I read the comments and I can tell that all people do is sit there and watch YouTube videos and that's how they learn. Yeah, you can learn on YouTube, but you got to get out there and get experience. That's the only way you're going to get good. You can't leave it up to, YouTubers that's already in the business to learn from completely. Like you can always learn from watching TV. You get what I'm saying. You can always learn from watching YouTube, talking with people, getting ideas. All that is fine. All that is cool, but you want to get experience. That is the only way you're going to learn. For example, let's say I just about 2 years ago I completed my master's in business. So I have an MBA, and I took a lot of tests. I've written a lot of papers. You can give me that same test today that I made an A on, and you can give me that test today, and I'll probably fail it. But if you give me a test on something that I have experience in, just like I can stop cutting yards for 5 years, and 5 years later, you can give me a lawnmower, a weed eater, and a blower, and say, "Hey, cut this yard," and I'll still be able to cut that yard because I have experience in cutting yards. So that's what I mean. Experience is the best teacher. And that's enough about that. I just want to put that out there because I see a lot of people asking me questions, and a lot of the questions that they ask, if they'll just go ahead and get started, they can figure it out on their own and get experience and learn that way. But I'm not opposed to answering questions. I'll answer questions, but I just want to throw that out there. I see you, Jack Strickland. You say you drunk on moonshine. Okay. DG Lawn Care. When you first started YouTube, did you find it weird talking to the camera? Yep, I did. I found it very weird talking into the camera. What's going on, Tom Stokes? I see you, Franklin Haynes. What's going on, Don Abraham? I like this live thing. It's pretty cool. I never knew. Jordan Robinson. I never knew how to cut grass, but I got out. But I got there and tried, and it really is a skill. I started off with 2 yards now. I had 15 yards, and I'm only 16. That's great, man. That's awesome, Jordan Robinson. And that's the only way you're going to learn is by actually doing the work. And some things you'll figure out on your own. Yeah, it's I think it's about 10 o'clock here, about 10:15 or something like that. Let me see. It's about 10:30 here. Yeah, I'll stay on here a few more minutes. I just want to get on here and speak with you guys, but I won't be on here too long. Last night I looked on there, I was on live for 2.5 hours. But I started pretty early. I started at maybe 8:30 or something like that. I got on here pretty late today. Been getting myself ready. I got a group wash tomorrow. I haven't been last couple of days. It's kind of been hard to do videos because it's been raining and I'm so far behind. I don't feel like pulling out a camera and trying to record while I work. I'm just focusing on trying to get the job done. You guys got any questions for me before I go? What's going on? What's going on, Southeast Houston Dispatch? I see you, man. Okay, cool. Cool. That's where the money's at, man. And it's money in those contracts. The only thing I don't like about those contracts, only thing I don't like about those contracts is that they is that when the management change, they usually change out. You know, they usually go with their people. But while you have it, man, it's some good money. Uh, it just depends on what you can afford. Um, if you get some, some reliable, real good used equipment, that's great. Uh, but you want to make sure that you buying a good machine. I've bought used equipment in the past, and it wasn't. It might have lasted me 2 or 3 years, but 2 or 3 years is good. If you buy something used and you get 2, 3 years out of it, that's enough time to buy you another one. Yeah, when I started off, I bought used equipment. My first walk behind was a 48-inch Skag. I still have it, and actually I want to put a motor on it and use it as a backup. Yeah, I'm actually trying to upload a video to YouTube now, so I'm always working, man. I'm always working. I'm always thinking of ways to grow my company. So I'm always doing something, man. And that's how it is when you run your own thing, man. A lot of us in this business, man, we don't get a lot of sleep. I try to at least get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, minimum of six. Uh, I don't see how people work. I know a lot of people who work off 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and trust me, I'm not one of those guys. If I do that, I'll crash and burn, man. I'll have a headache. I can't. I gotta get at least 6 hours every day. Tom Stokes, you thinking about buying some? You thinking about buying some commercial equipment? Oh yeah, my son. Yeah, Ashton. He still works. He just started school, so lately he this past week, last week and this week he didn't really. Well, he worked with me last week, but he didn't work with me. He's not going to be working with me at all this week because he just started school. What's going on, Reds Lawn Care? I see you. What's going on, Mike's Lawn Care? Appreciate that, man. I love you guys too, man. I appreciate that. All right, Robert Jones. I'll keep them coming. Hey, Robert Jones, did you think of that combination yourself, or did you get inspired by my videos with the lawn care and mobile detailing? You know, I'm trying to see if that's something that I came up with. I'm pretty sure that someone else has thought of combining, you know, having a mobile car wash and lawn care. But I've seen one other person doing it here in my area, but before I thought of it, I never seen it, and I'm just wondering, you know, if I'm one of the originators of that. I'm probably not though. You did it too. You did what, Franklin Hayes? What did you do too? Or you thought of it too? That was a combination you thought of? I see you, S. Long. Okay. Yeah, you know, I thought I came up with that concept back in 2012, 2011, and but I've never seen anybody do both. Yeah, I've never seen anybody do both. So, but I'm pretty sure others thought about it. Yeah, Mike's Lawn Care. When I first started, when I first started, I don't think I ever lacked confidence. When I first started, I wasn't intimidated. I didn't lack confidence. What it was like I wanted to get the job. Like if I go out to someone's house um, to give them an estimate or a quote, I found myself underbidding myself because I felt like the price that I would say would be too high. Like they'll get upset, like, "Whoa, that's too high." So I would go in with lower bids, and then uh, the more and more I gave quotes, I just started raising my price because I had been cutting grass. I'm sorry, I had been mowing lawns since I was maybe 10, 11 years old. And by the time I was 13, 14, I was edging with trimmers and everything. So I had a lot of experience. I knew I was going to do a good job. And so my skill level was already up in lawn care. So it wasn't but a matter of time I started charging. You know, I didn't, I wasn't, once I got built up my clientele, I wasn't, you know, that stuff didn't bother me. I'll give somebody a price real quick, and if they don't take it, then oh well. You know, right now I got too many clients to be underbidding myself. If I see a yard, if it's a $65 yard, I'm charging them $65. And if they don't want to pay it, then oh well. I move on to the next. But you know, stay confident. Don't get intimidated. They're just people, just like you and me. You know, and most of them, they're already expecting you. They're already expecting you to be. They already expecting you to be a little up there anyway. So just put it out there. Jamal Brunson, are you a Freemason? Yes, I am. I am a Mason. But don't ask me about all that Illuminati stuff because I don't know nothing about no Illuminati. But yes, I am a Mason. But I know you probably asking that because I put the I covered up my eye. I just did that for the video, for the picture. So it's no big deal. Yeah, that is wearing me out, man. I see you, Franklin Haynes, man. That doing both is great money, man. But that's what I hate about it. I hate taking that water tank off to hook my trailer up. But hopefully next year I have my enclosed trailer and I won't have to do that anymore. I can just put everything in the trailer. Yes, yes, long. I do pressure washing. Pressure wash houses, patios, decks, driveways. You know, whatever can be pressure washed, I'll pressure wash it. That's cool, man. You do 7 different services out of one van. I see you, man. Right. Now that's understandable. If you don't have if you feel like you can do it, you feel like you can do a good job, then go ahead, go out there and get it. That's the only way you're gonna get the experience, Mike. Uh, if you know someone that knows how to do it, you can probably call them out there to help you. Even if you don't make a lot of money, even if you have to pay them most of the money that you'll make to come out and help you, you still be gaining experience. You know, it's nothing wrong for paying for for experience or paying for a lesson, man. People do it every day. What's going on, KG? What's that? Amato 22. I see you, big guy. Appreciate you. Nah, I don't do everything, man. I see you, Reds. I don't do everything. I mean, the money is so good. People actually pay you for stuff they don't want to do. That Either they don't want to do it, or they don't have the time to do it, or they physically can't do it, and they'll pay you good money. And it just, I mean, I never thought about cleaning gutters when I started my business. I never thought about cleaning gutters. And one day this lady asked me, "Do you clean gutters?" And I almost told her no. And I was like, "No, yes, I'll clean your gutters." And she was like, "How much?" And I just gave her a price, man. And I got up there. I started cleaning gutters. So, I mean, it's pretty easy. All you can actually just get a ladder. Put on some rubber gloves, stick your hand in there, and get you a bucket and throw it in a bucket. Or if you're gonna cut the grass, you can throw all the leaves out in the yard and mulch them up. It's nothing to it. I appreciate that, Omato 22. Man, that's cool, man. That's great. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I kind of miss my little buddy. Well, I don't miss him because I see him every day, but I miss him being able to work with me. Uh, but he started school, so he once he get out of class, once he gets home off the bus, I don't bother him. I let him do him. I'm not gonna bother him with cutting grass. If he wants to come tag along with me on the weekends, or just here and there, I'll let him come along. DS DSR 50 Clan. He said, "How can you make money and you only 14? You got to get out there and work, man. Are you interested in Are you interested in lawn care? If you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way, man." Red's Lawn Care. You're 12. Man, you guys should be in the bed if you're 12 years old. My son is 12. He's in the bed. He's already asleep. What you guys doing up? What you doing up, man? You supposed to be asleep. What time is it in your neck of the woods? Oh, come on, man. That's a dumb question. McGregor don't stand is not gonna stand a chance, man. Oh, you haven't started school. Okay. Okay. Oh, so you're on the East Coast. You said the street lights are on. Yep. What you know about them street lights, man? You new kids don't know about them street lights. Uh, Sometimes my wife will pack me a lunch, and sometimes I just eat out. I'm too I'm too lazy to pack my own lunch. I just eat out, and I probably waste a lot of money doing that. But it's good to bring some food with you, because when it's hot outside, I've only I've, I've only detailed one semi truck ever. Uh, I don't really like doing them. I don't like to have to climb and get up. Nah, I don't like all that. I just re- I just rather. I mean, I got the hiccups. I just rather stick to regular vehicles. Hell. No, I don't use any stabilizer. All right, I hear you. Yeah, but Rocky is a movie, man. This is real life, man. Rocky is a fictional character. Rocky is a fictional character, Mike. Okay, uh, I hear you, man. Man, I got the hiccups. Sean Davis, what made you want to be a cop? Okay. Uh, I I don't know. It just like when I was growing up, I never was like, when I grow up, I want to be a police officer. What happened? Oh, I got the hiccups. What happened was, what happened is, I went to college for criminal justice, and once I graduated college, uh, I was looking for a job, and I did like some substitute teaching, and then after that, I started doing security, and it was just to make money. And then since I had a criminal justice degree, I wanted to go to law school, but I was like, well, you know what? The police department was hiring at the time, and so I applied and I got in and I took the test. I passed, went to the academy, and everything, when I was that age was just to receive a check. I didn't really care. I didn't really care what the job was at the time. It was just to receive a check. But my first night, once I graduated the academy and I got with my FTO, the first night we rode around and I loved it and I just fell in love with it. And I did it for 10 years. And when I when I stopped liking it, I left. But it was just something I stumbled into. Robert Jones. No, nope, I never did. I have a filter. I have a filter on my hose that's going from my water tank to my pressure washer. But no, I never did get a cap. No. One thing about me is the only reason you guys know that I was a cop is because I told you guys. I had some cop stories. But most people that I worked for never knew that I was a cop. And I don't try to, now I do use things that I learned as far as body language and when people are lying to me and stuff like that. I do use that, but I don't I don't try to use any tactics on people. Kind of. I know what you mean, but I don't do that. It ain't even necessary. Greg Stacy. I lived in Hattiesburg at Camp Shelby. It was too hot in Mississippi. Yeah, Camp Shelby sucks, man. When I was in the military, I used to go down there and do my drills. I hated it down there. All right, Reds Lawn Care. I see you, big guy. I'm holler at you. Uh, that blue corals is pretty good. They got some. And this is for UKG Clipper. Blue Corral is pretty good. What else is good? They got a lot of McGuire chemicals at Walmart. If you want to get some good chemicals, it's McGuire. They got some good car wash soap. You might pay a little money for it, but it's real good. It also has some wax in it too. I appreciate that, Greg Stacy. Appreciate you, man. Oh, you love Bennett? Yep, I spent a lot of time in Bennett. Actually, my unit, I was in a 1207. They was out of Fort Benning. I was in the medical unit in Fort Benning. Yeah, I love Bennett, man. When we stopped going to Shelby and we started going to Bennett, and man, it was great. Oh my God, Fort Leonard Wood sucks, man. That's where I did my basic training. I got my wash stick from Walmart. You go in the car wash section at Walmart, you'll find all that stuff. KG, you'll find all that stuff at Walmart, man. Get you that stuff and go ahead and get started. You can get all the good chemicals later, man, once your business start to grow, man. That stuff does just as good. Are you work on the base or you work on the base, Fort Leonard Wood? Yeah, I was in Fort Leonard Wood in 98 off post. No, I didn't do anything off post. I was there doing basic training. All I did was basic training, and I shipped out the AIT the next day. Appreciate that, KG. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Oh yeah, I was long gone, man. I hadn't been back since. Okay, I remember you, Mike's. I think I watched some of your videos. Do you make videos, Mike's Lawn Care? Like you do, you got a pizza job and you do videos, right? Right. Okay. I've seen your videos, man. I've seen your videos. Good videos, man. Was I like Denzel on Training Day? Sometimes. Sometimes. When need be. When I had to handle my business, I had to handle my business. Oh, that's great, man. That is great. I remember watching your videos when you first started off, when you was talking about, That's great, man. Now you work for yourself, man. That's gonna probably be the best decision you ever made. Um, how long you been working for yourself now? How long you been gone from the pizza gig? Okay, that's good, man. That's gonna probably be the best decision you ever made because I'm pretty sure that sometimes you might have had some yards to do, or you might have to go and you might got called for an estimate, but you was delivering pieces, and it probably got in the way of some money. You're gonna see how quickly your business. I'm pretty sure you've seen how quickly your business has already picked up since you went full time. Got rid of the safety net. Sink or swim. Yep. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Yes, DG, long care. I do a little bit of fertilizer and weed control. I'm still learning about the chemicals and how they affect the grass and the weeds and stuff like that. I'm still learning. So I don't do it as much because I'm not that experienced in it. I do fertilize and do weed control in my own yard, and it does fine. But different people have different grasses, and some chemicals you can't some chemicals you can't use on some certain grasses. So I'm still learning all of that. Ever heard of Detail King products? Yes, I've heard of it. Never used it though. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna find out that a lot of people don't care. Most people, the only reason why they hire you is because they don't have time to do it themselves or they can't do it themselves. So they hire someone to do it, and they really don't want to pay you to do that. They're not gonna pay you extra money to spray chemicals in their yard. They don't care less. They can care less long as it's cut. Yeah, you got to be careful with treating those lawns because you can really mess something up if you don't know what you're doing. They have a whole college course, like a whole college like a whole 4 year program for that here at Mississippi State College. I was thinking about taking that up. They also have a class at a community college where you can learn about that stuff. Wow. Most of the yards you can't put an edge on anyway, man. That might be a good thing, frankly. Yes, I love the foam cannon. I love it. Makes my job so much easier. What do you mean relocate? Like move to another state, another city? No, polish is not the same thing as wax. was thinking about Florida. You want to move to Missouri to Florida? May not be a bad idea. That'll be kind of scary, I bet, because you got to start all over with your lawn care. But I mean, if that's your plan, you got to plan towards it. My thing is you wanna save towards that. If that's your plan, uh, figure out how much money you would need to move and how much money you would need to support yourself until you pick up, your business picks up in Florida, and save that amount of money. Uh, Talk it over with your wife. Maybe both of you guys can save together, and just do it. If you're thinking about doing it, and that's something that's been on your mind for a long time, I think you should do it. You're thinking about it for a reason. You just got to figure out why. You want to get into neighborhoods so big you can get lost in them. You want to move into neighborhoods like that, or you want to do lawn caring videos like that. I mean, in not videos, in neighborhoods like that. Are you saying you want to live in a neighborhood like that, or you want to maintenance yards in a big neighborhood like that? Mow them, okay. Yeah, it's possible, man. It's possible, man. That um, my the area that I live in, it's like an upper middle class area, and I I just started passing out my flyers there. I was like, these are the people that can afford to pay for lawn care. These are the people that can afford to pay for mobile detailing and stuff like that. So I'm passing my flyers in the areas that I want to be in, and all it took is for one person to call me. And when that one person called me and I got that client, I was out there every week or every 10 days cutting grass, and the neighbors are seeing me, and I'm making sure that I'm doing a good job. I remember at one point I only had 5 clients, but I would go and cut those yards, and I would do the best job that I could. And I would stripe the yards, put a nice edge on it, because I only had 5 yards, so I could spend all day on one if I wanted to. Or not all day, but you know what I mean. I could spend, a long time on it and just get it just right. And the neighbors would be driving by, and some of them, it took them years to come around. Some of them, it took them a few months. But before I know it, 5 turned into 10 into 15. It can easily happen. Yes. KG Klepper, yes. I did get nervous and think my business wouldn't work out when I started. Um, wait, I'm 39 years old. When I left the police department, I was, I think, 34, 33 or 34 when I left the police department. So you got to think about it. I spent, 15 years in the workforce, and all I knew was to work for someone and get a paycheck. And I got comfortable and used to that. Even though the paycheck was small, I just got comfortable with that. So when you do something that you've never done before, and what I mean is start your own business, and you just you everything is on you. And man, it may rain, like you may be behind on the bill, and you be like, well, I can pay the bill tomorrow because I'm going to do 4 yards. I'll have the money tomorrow, and it'll rain, and you didn't make that money tomorrow. So uh, what happens is you learn to you learn how to take care of things. Like I tell everybody, the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I take on as many lawns as I can, and like I said, I take on as many yards as I can, and because I know towards the end of the summer, early fall, winter time, those clients are gonna start falling off. Plus, grass is gonna go dormant, and some people don't get a lot of leaves in their yards, so they're not gonna need you for the next 3 months. And now you're not making the same amount of money you was making. So I went through that my first year. My second year, I knew that was gonna happen, so I started saving. Like I said, I build them clients up. And if somebody called me for an estimate, I run out there and I give them a quick. I get back to them immediately. If they call me, especially if I'm sitting at home doing nothing, somebody calls me for an estimate, I'll put my sandals on. I'll hop in my truck. I'll put the address in the GPS. I get out there. I give them an estimate. I text them right back and give them the estimate. And usually I get the yard. So because I know eventually they're gonna fall off. So what I do is, it's good now. It's finna start slowing down. We're in August right now. So after September, things are gonna start slowing down. So from February to now, from February on, I've been saving. So uh, I got enough money to sustain me for 6 months, even though it's gonna be slow for three. But I got enough money to sustain me for 6 months right now. So I don't get nervous anymore. Uh, but in the beginning, I did, because you get nervous because uncertainty. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if your equipment's gonna break, if it's gonna rain, if some clients gonna drop you. So always gotta be one step ahead. Do you do flyers or door hangers? I do flyers, but door hangers are great. But the thing about it is, it takes a lot of effort to walk up to somebody's door. You got to walk up to the next person's door, or either walk their yard and go to the next person's door, or go up the walkway and come out the walkway, go out to the street, walk back up the walkway. I just get flyers so I can just go down the mailboxes. Mailboxes are on the street. They all lined up. I just go down and put them on the mailbox and just keep it moving. But door hangers are cool, but I think flyers are better. You tired of hills, crappy lawns, rocks, killing my blades. Yeah. Well, yeah, you might want to just find you some nice areas where you already live. Pass out flyers in those nice areas that you already live. I'm pretty sure they got some nice areas around there. Upper middle class areas. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get those at the military base. I see what you're talking about. Is that the reason you want to move? Or per visit? Do you find it more simple to give people a price for the season per visit? I just give them a price per visit, uh, and then I'll give them a monthly price. Uh, you want to simplify your prices. What I do is I just tell them that I look at the yard, and you want things to be simple. So when someone asks you, you can give them a simple answer, and they got it. Uh, for instance, if I give an estimate and it's a $50 yard, I'll tell them, if it's a $50 yard, I'll tell them, if you get it cut every 2 weeks, it's 55 per cut. If you get it cut every 10 days, it's $50 a cut. If you get it cut every week, it's $45 a cut. And I just tell them like that, and they can do the math, or you can tell them, if you can do it every 2 weeks, it's $100 a month. If you do it, if you do it every 10 days, it's $150 a month. And if you do it every week, it'll be like $180 a month. And most people are going to choose every 2 weeks. Yeah, Mike, you can't go. I mean, there's no other areas other than the areas around the military base. Are you willing to drive like maybe 20 minutes out to do the work? Are there other nice neighborhoods in that area, or is that area just it's just military? It's all military. Wow. Yeah, man. Might have to relocate if that's what you want to do. I understand what you're talking about now. I do most jobs. I've done a few side jobs, but I'm not really into the whole side thing. No, I do not have a website yet, but I do plan on getting one in the future. All right, guys. Well, I'm finna get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later on. I'll talk to you guys probably the next couple of days. And it's time for me to go to bed. It's probably about 11:30 now. So, hey, what's up, sporties, man? I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm about to go to bed. All right, KG. I'll holler at you guys later, man. I'll see you guys in the future.